Her hands trembled as she brushed the dust from the Apache's machine gun. The pilot was about to speak until he saw the faded patch on her sleeve. He froze. His eyes widened. And in that silent moment, every man on the tarmac knew. She wasn't just a cleaner. She was the reason they were still alive. The sun burned low over the base, turning the steel of the Apache into liquid gold. She stood beside it, sleeves rolled up, scrubbing the belt feed with slow, practiced strokes. To most who passed, she was just another maintenance worker. No one stopped to look until the pilot turned, catching sight of her arm. The patch was worn, frayed at the edges, colors faded by sand and years, but the emblem was unmistakable. His breath caught in his throat. He had seen it once before pinned to the chest of a soldier who never missed a mission and never left. A comrade behind. She felt his eyes on her but kept working. The faint smell of gun oil and dust rose around her, the grit grinding softly under her boots. The weight of the cloth on her sleeve was heavier than the tool in her hand. That patch was more than fabric. It was a life lived in shadows, in battles. Few would ever know. Years ago, she had worn it in the heat of combat, nights in the desert where the wind cut like knives, days when every footstep could be the last. She had been one of the few, the quiet ones who slipped into danger so others could sleep without fear. She had carried wounded men on her back, patched up bleeding soldiers under fire, and buried friends whose names the world would never speak. When the war ended for everyone else, it didn't end for her. She came home, but the faces stayed. The laughter of those who never made it back haunted her like echoes in a canyon. She didn't ask for recognition. She just worked keeping the machines clean, the weapons ready. Because if they ever needed to fly again, she would not let them down. But not everyone saw her that way. On this base, some young recruits passed by without a nod. Some whispered that she was only there because no one else wanted the job. They didn't know her hands had once steadied the very weapon they now treated like a museum piece. The pilot stepped closer, his shadow falling over the patch. His voice was low, almost reverent. "Where did you get that?" She didn't answer. She didn't need to. The silence said enough. Silence had always been her shield. One by one, others noticed. Mechanics slowed their work. Soldiers straightened from their tasks. The murmurs faded until the air was still, save for the soft hiss of wind over the tarmac. And then the shift happened. The pilot, without another word, raised his hand in a sharp salute. It was crisp, deliberate, and full of weight. She paused, her grip on the cleaning cloth tightening. Slowly, she returned the salute. It was as if a switch had been thrown. The surrounding crew followed, their arms lifting in unison. No one spoke. No one had to. In that frozen moment, the lines between rank and row disappeared. She wasn't the woman cleaning a machine gun. She was the one who had kept them alive before they ever stepped into the cockpit. Her mind whispered words she would never say aloud. Respect is not in the uniform you wear today. It's in the sacrifices no one saw. And for the first time in years, she felt the weight on her chest ease. The pilot finally spoke, voice steady but thick. "This bird's in good hands." The crowd dispersed slowly, each soldier carrying a piece of that silence with them. The sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the Apache. She returned to her work, but her heart was lighter. Some battles are fought with weapons. Others are won with honor too deep for words. Some heroes never ask for thanks, yet they carry the heaviest burdens. Their stories live in quiet moments, in small patches on worn sleeves, in the respect they earn without demanding it. If you've ever met someone like her, share this story. Tell us where you're watching from, and subscribe for more stories that honor silent heroes.